Hello, everyone, and welcome to How to Take Part in Loneliness Awareness Week. My name's Hannah, and I'm the campaign manager, and I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Helena, and I'm the campaign assistant for this year.
This year, the theme is Giving Loneliness a Voice, and I'm just going to play our introductory film introducing the theme.
You, me, someone we know will get lonely.
And because we are all likely to experience loneliness at some point in our lives,
we need to see it for what it is.
A natural human experience.
And accepting that we're feeling lonely is the first step to doing something about it.
So don't keep loneliness to yourself.
Share how you're feeling.
Ask how someone's doing.
Conversation is connection.
So let's give loneliness a voice this Loneliness Awareness Week.
It's a lovely film made by our creative partners, Shaped By. So for those who don't know, Loneliness Awareness Week was started by Marmalade Trust. And Marmalade Trust was founded by Amy Perrin back in 2013. But the year before that, Amy Perrin was actually working as a occupational therapist, and what she found was a lot of the people that she was working with were going to be on their own at Christmas time. So Amy spent her own time outside of work creating Christmas lunches for those people so that they wouldn't be on their own. And from that, the Marmalade Trust was born, and that project still goes on today every year at Christmas and is known as Christmas Cheer. As well as that, we also do projects throughout the year to support people who are experiencing persistent loneliness. And in 2017, Amy, after a few years of working in this area, Amy realised that there was a lot of stigma surrounding loneliness, and people found it really hard to talk about it because of that stigma, because of the fear of being judged or embarrassed about being lonely. And from that, Loneliness Awareness Week started. And Loneliness Awareness Week is the world's largest campaign to raise awareness of loneliness, but also provide opportunities for meaningful connection. And this year it takes place from the 15th to the 21st of June.
Yeah, so as Hannah said, it's the 10th year anniversary this year. In 2017, our tagline was Let's Talk Loneliness. And you can see all the taglines for all the years. And landing on 2026, our tagline is Giving Loneliness a Voice. So you can see from Let's Talk Loneliness and Giving Loneliness a Voice, it's really important in the campaign to have these conversations around experiences of loneliness and, as Hannah said, reduce the stigma around. So throughout these 10 years, we've promoted more than 12,000 connection activities through our connection map, which we'll show how to use in a bit. We've had 1 billion social media impressions, and we've enabled new conversations of loneliness every 2 seconds, as well as 87% starting a new conversation with someone new about loneliness. So now I'll let you know how you can get involved and how you can take part in the campaign. So there's 3 main ways that you can get involved. The first is by hosting an event or an activity and then sharing that on our campaign map, the connection map, where then we can promote the activation and event and also promote you as a campaign partner on our socials. Number 2 is sharing the campaign and starting a conversation around loneliness and connection. You can do this through socials. We've got a social media toolkit that we'll speak about in a bit, but also newsletters, which we have newsletter inserts that you can use for that as well on our resource page. And then the third is fundraising to support people experiencing loneliness. So we have a Just Giving page, and we'll talk about that in our fundraise slide in a bit. So Hannah's just going to show you a short video to introduce the connections map, and then I will let you explore it a little bit.
So, if you're hosting an event during Loneliness Awareness Week, why not add it to our connection map? The connection map is where people can go to find events that are happening near them, and it's also a great way to get your event promoted through our website. Simply head over to the Loneliness Awareness Week website and click on Connection Map. From there, click Create Event and sign in. If you're new, you can create an account by just adding in your details. Once you're in, you land on the connection map. Click Create Event, and a dashboard will appear where you can add your event details. Here, you'll just need to fill in information about your event, such as an event image, event title, a short description of what you're planning, the date, and a few other key details. And that's it, it's that easy. Just click Publish Event, and your event will appear on Connection Map for others to discover and join. Thank you so much.
Great, yeah. So that was our marketing executive, Gunjan, just showing you the connection map and adding your event a bit. I'm just going to show you a bit more in detail what the actual connection map in general looks like. So if you can see my map here. So yeah, so these are the events that have been added so far. This is a global map, so we've got events going on across the world, but a lot are going on in the UK and Ireland. And we can see here that, for example, lighting of Mansion House in Dublin, we've got loads of buildings lighting up orange for us this campaign week, which is really exciting. And if you go onto the event, you can see that they have all of the details about that. That people can then check out the event with. So going back onto the events home, so in this section here, you'll see it says log out. So that's because I've created an event and I'm logged in. If you haven't created an account yet, it will say sign up here. And that's where you can create your account with your password and organization name and all the details like that. Once you have that account created, you can go up here on the dashboard and you'll see create an event. So this is how you can create your event. You can put all the details you need in here for people to be able to join. You can add it as a recurring event if it's happening daily, weekly or monthly. Also, if it's events happening at different times and that doesn't work, but you want to add multiple events, we also have a spreadsheet that you can fill out and we'll do a mass upload for you. So you'll just, we'll send you the spreadsheet, you can fill it out and I'll upload it for you. But yeah, we also have the option to do an open or closed event. So that's really useful if you're an organisation that's, for example, having a team meeting on the agenda of loneliness, and you want to add it just for your organisation, but you want to have us promote you as a campaign partner and people to know that you're having conversations around loneliness. But also if your organisation just is having internal events just for the service users. Yeah, so that's everything you need to know about the connection map.
Fantastic, thank you, Kelly. Just wait for that to reappear. As well as obviously running events and adding to the connections map, you can also share the campaign on social media. So I'm just going to show you a little video about that and then talk you through some of the resources that you can use for both sharing a campaign, or hosting an activity, sorry, and also sharing the campaign.
One of the most powerful ways you can support Loneliness Awareness Week is by sharing it. Every post, story, message helps normalize the conversation about loneliness. To make it really easy for you, we have set up a toolkit on our website. You can find social media templates, ready-made written captions, poster, leaflets. Everything you need is there to help you. Why not start with writing a post of why Loneliness Awareness Week matters to you? You can share our post on your stories or write a blog post of your experience and get a blog list on our website. It does not have to be complicated, it just has to start a conversation. Check out the social media kit on our website to start sharing.
So just to talk you through our resources a little bit more. You can see if you click take part on our website, as well as you can find the different pages and this drop down here, but also on this take part landing page, you'll also find resources for businesses, community groups, individuals. We also have resources for schools, so lesson plans, assemblies that have been created by an ex-teacher. You can find the connections map here, as well as kind of more information about loneliness and connections ideas as well. But just for this purpose of this, I'm going to talk you through the resources for businesses, community groups and individuals. So on this landing page, you'll find all our separate resources. They're really easy to just select the ones that you, oh, hang on, here it is. So this is the resources page. So it's really easy here to find all the different resources that you need. We have everything from conversation starters to assets, logos, assets for this year. That's a kind of all around giving loneliness a voice, the theme for this year. We have fundraising ideas, event and fundraising posters that you can simply download, write the information of your events on them, and then stick them up where you want to promote your event. In the promotion templates area here, we have images that you can use for promoting Loneliness Awareness Week. We have newsletter inserts that you can use as templates for your own newsletters to communities. We also have a blog template which you can amend if you wanted to write a guest blog for our website or write a blog for your own website. That's a great place to get started. Our partnership packs are new for this year. That tells you more if you want to be a corporate level partner, but also just understand more about the different level of partnerships that are available. Share an Orange Day is a brand new event for this year. So that's taking place on the 17th of June. And it's really simple. Workplaces, schools, community groups can all get involved. All you do is cut an orange in half, share it with somebody and start a conversation. You might want to use our conversation starter resources to help you with that as well. We're also suggesting people set up something known as a connection corner. So we have chatty table signs, we have compliment cards, we have conversation starters, as I've mentioned, we have posters. So there's loads of resources that you can use if you have a public space in a workplace, for example, or a community group. Then you can simply set up an area known as a connection corner and just allow people to use the resources in a way that suits them, to connect in a way that suits them throughout the week. You can also find our connections map on this page again. And also, if you keep scrolling down, this is the social media toolkit that we just showed a video on. So this has lots and lots of information in it that you can find, but most importantly, you can find our templates, which you can download by clicking the links here. That should invite you to edit them within Canva, and you should be able to just click the link, accept that, and then start editing straight away. We also have at the end of this, as well as kind of information on Share an Orange Day, like I mentioned, really simple templates for social media posts. If you just want to kind of do a simple post, I'm sure many of you will have information about connections or information about loneliness that you also provide, or resources to support people who might be experiencing loneliness. So if you just want to share a really simple social media post throughout the week and use one of our template posts and use the hashtag loneliness awareness week, hashtag giving loneliness a voice, and we'll pick up on that. You can also, if you're doing things like videos or kind of more in-depth content, you can always add us as a collaborator on Instagram as well, and we will accept that. The third way that you can get involved in Loneliness Awareness Week is through fundraising. I'm just going to show you a quick video from our fundraising assistant, Rosie.
Thank you for choosing to fundraise for Loneliness Awareness Week. Or maybe you're just thinking about it. Getting started is easy. Step 1, choose what you want to do. You might want to do a coffee morning or bake sale at work, or even do a sponsored run. Just do something that suits you.
Step 2, registering your event. You can either send people directly to our Loneliness Awareness Week Just Giving page or set up your own page. It's up to you.
Step 3, spread the word. Head over to our website where you'll find ready-made posters, social media templates, and downloadable graphics to help you promote your activity. Once it's planned, you can also pop it onto our connections map so that everyone can see what's going on. Any fundraiser helps, big or small. We can't wait to see what you've got planned.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what you've got planned. So as Rosie said, basically we have a Just Giving page set up for the campaign. I can show you that now. This is our Just Giving page for Loneliness Awareness Week. So you can either make a contribution, or you can set up, as you can see, we've got a fundraiser here, your own fundraising page. And obviously once the week's happened and you've raised that money, you can add it into onto the Just Giving page here, and we will pick up on all of that activity happening in one place. So fundraising is really simple. And as Rosie said, if you're running a fundraising event or activity, please do add it to our connections map. So just to give you an idea of some of the things that we're also organising and the way that we're kind of thinking about this year, we're really looking at schools, workplaces, groups, businesses to all kind of come together and make their communities the most connected community in June. And there's loads of ways you can do that. As Helly mentioned earlier, we are working with different buildings to just light up the buildings on the launch day, 15th of June. So there's loads of buildings happening across the country that are doing that. And if you've got buildings nearby that you could maybe get involved in that, it's a fantastic way to kind of build that momentum on social media as well when you post the pictures. You might want to set up connection corners in public spaces around your community, which I've kind of mentioned, or take part in Share an Orange Day, which is a really simple activity. And obviously you can put that on the connections map as well to show that you are connecting in your communities through sharing an orange. There's loads more that we're doing. So we are working with Direct to Florist again, who we worked with back in 2021. Because it's our 10th anniversary year, some of the things we're doing are kind of looking back at activations that we did in the past and kind of bringing them back to life. And this was a really beautiful connections activity where florists across the country hid little bouquets in just spaces around their cities or villages or towns, and with little kindness notes on them, and people could find them and then pass them on to somebody. So that's a way of them connecting during the week. And we're doing that again. So you'll be able to find that on the connections map when florists start to promote that they're getting involved. We have our campaign film showing at cinemas, independent cinemas. So maybe you want to share the campaign film with independent cinemas in your community, or you might have a kind of information film or something that you've created yourselves that you might also want to share if it's around the theme of loneliness and connection. Some malls and high streets are sharing walls of feelings. So people are saying, I feel lonely when, or this is what loneliness feels like to me, and just putting that on a wall of feelings so people can kind of come into a space and read that and take part and engage and connect with people in maybe kind of a more anonymous way, if that's how they feel is more comfortable for them. Loneliness collections displays, we've done this a lot. So working with like bookstores and libraries to make displays of books that are around the theme of loneliness or connection. It's really, really simple. And we also have a resource, which is a bookmark that we created with Libraries Connected as well. So that's really easy to download and add to those displays if you're planning one of those. So there's lots of different ways you can get involved. And yeah, that's the challenge. And we really can't wait to see what you guys plan. And when you've added it to our collections map, then we can promote that across our channels as well. And if you want to get in touch, if you have any more questions for myself or Helly, then please just email us at lonelinessawarenessweek@marmaladetrust.org.
Thank you so much, everyone, and start conversations around loneliness this campaign.
Bye.
Bye.